How do you motivate team members as a leader? In my experience over the years of running a company and helping leaders to do the same, this has got to be one of the most troubling things that we find to motivate people consistently over time. It can be exhausting motivating people consistently when you yourself may not be feeling motivated as well. But I'm going to share with you 3 questions, so stay toward the end because that's where they come up. That's the gold of this video. These 3 questions that can help to transform your team and to help motivate them genuinely over time. Lisa is a financial executive and she is a great leader. She's at a senior level and she does a great job. People love her. But she said, Doug, it seems like my motivation lately for the team has been what I term cotton candy. It's in their mouth and then it's gone. She said, I get so tired and it's just like, how do I keep them motivated? Because it's so important, even more now than ever before, to keep people focused because there's so many distractions, so many things going on all over this world and all over our country. She said, cotton candy, I think, is not working anymore. Now, it can be a part of that. So what is cotton candy, she said? Well, cotton candy is like bringing donuts in, saying, hey, thank you, good work. Appreciate it. I still think that that's important to do those kinds of things. Or sharing a video off of YouTube or a funny meme or taking people out to dinner. That's all good. That's all good. And we need to continue to do that. But she said, Doug, you mentioned a quote. Challenges make life interesting. Overcoming them makes life meaningful. And she said, I think we need some more meaning in our life. It's okay to have cotton candy, but we need some protein. And so this coaching session, I'm going to actually share with you the 3 questions that help to transform her team to have protein that lasts and sustains the team long after the protein is taken in. There's cotton candy that's there for a flash and then it's gone. So we need a balance of both. But these are the 3 questions that help to transform her team from cotton candy motivation to protein motivation. So how do you move from cotton candy motivation only to finding a balance with protein motivation as well? I need your participation right now. Please stand up. As you stand up, put your hands together like this. And with one hand, make a big circle like this. Yeah, there you go. Okay, very good. Now stop. The other hand, have it go the opposite direction. Opposite direction. Sometimes when we're motivating people, it can get a little bit screwy. Now I'm going to have you move both at the same time, opposite directions. Here you go. This is what it looks like. Opposite direction. Now stop. Have it go back the other way. Opposite direction. Now, if you're like some people, they're doing this. It's the same direction, but they're trying so hard, right? Their face, it's the same direction. Start again. We're going to improve when it comes to motivation. It takes a little bit of effort. We want the balance of cotton candy with protein. Here we go. With me. Nice and easy. Slowly. One comes toward your chest. The other one goes away, comes down, intersects at the navel, comes back up. Now try this later. I know that's just kind of fun. Try it later. Show it to somebody, right? And practice it because it's kind of fun and it kind of tweaks the brain out. We need a balance of both protein and the cotton candy. So the question is, what do you need to let go of in your mindset as a leader to reinvent motivation? We're in a different place. We need more protein as well. I had the opportunity to be in Hawaii. I was so excited. We pull up, my wife and I, and we get out and we start running towards the beach so we can get into the ocean. And I run past this native Hawaiian lady and I go, aloha! And she looks at me like, what on earth, these crazy haoles. And then I got into the water, but I noticed that all the locals now were getting out. I'm from Salt Lake. I'm not used to the ocean. But I probably should have followed them because I'm thinking, hey, this is great. I've got the ocean to myself. Well, are you aware of like rip tides and rip currents? All this was going, I didn't know what was going on, but then I realized that, this surf is getting pretty scary and I probably better get out. Well, I tried to get out. I was doing my very best to get out of this thing. And it felt like there was a carpet underneath me being pulled at 100 miles an hour and I slammed into the beach and I was pulled out to the ocean, right? And I'm like, woo, I'm starting to panic now because I cannot get out of the ocean. And I'm starting to panic and I'm trying to walk out and that's the same result. I was just thrown out, slapped onto the beach, pulled back out, slapped onto the beach, arms and legs flailing all about, and I'm starting to really now panic. And I don't know if you have a spouse or a significant other that when you're having a near-death experience, they think it's funny. And my wife is just laughing hysterically. I'm going, this is not funny. I can't get out. And I've got to do everything I can to put my claws into this beach and get out of here because I could not get out. Well, as I start to dig in, right, I'm being pulled back out and I feel something go from my waist to my ankles. Yes, my swimming suit. I'm like, oh boy. But I was making headway of getting out. I had to make a split-second decision. Do I let go of the suit or do I continue to dig out? Well, at that moment, as I'd caught it at my ankle, I let go of it, right? And I'm like, oh my word, I'm not used to being this exposed. And I did the two-hand cover up and I ran to my towel and I told my wife, come on, let's get out of here. They've seen a lot more of me than I like. And we were walking out and that lady I said hi to so enthusiastically, she looks up at me and she goes, aloha. We got in the car and we drove away. My point is this, with this crazy story, we've got to shift our mindset and let go of some old thoughts, old thought patterns that we hold on to as a leader that hold us back. What is it that you need to let go of in order to take motivation to another level for your team? What do you need to let go of? A renewal. I want to go with more energy. I want to go in with a plan of how I can consistently engage and motivate my employees. So here are the 3 questions that you can apply immediately that will help you to truly protein motivate your team. Hey, before I move on, I would love you to make some comments. What do you do as a leader? Cotton candy motivation as well as protein motivation so you can share it with others. So please put your best ideas down there. Others would love to see it as well. So here are the 3 questions that can give you protein motivation. You are going to create an environment of safety where people feel like they are safe and that they belong. That's the foundation of what we're talking about. But the first question is simply this. What is it like for you to work here on this team? And you don't put up with, oh, it's okay. Really helping create that safety to where your employees trust you, where you can have a conversation. What is it really like to be on this team? I really want to hear. What is your experience? What's going on for you? Do you feel like you belong? Do you feel safe? Those types of things psychologically that really take and bump up motivation. But if your employees don't feel safe and they don't feel like they belong and that they're contributing, they're not going to open up to you. And in fact, they won't share with you what they think is really going on. So that first question, keep going at it. Create that environment of safety and ask them, what's it like for you to be on this team? I really want to hear. I want you to think about it, and I'm going to meet with you next Wednesday, and I'd like to hear more about that for you. Question number 2 is simply this. How can I help you enjoy your job more? I really want you to come here and enjoy. Now, granted, we've got some difficult parts of our jobs that we all need to do. Ask them questions then to where you can dig deeper and find out what really helps them to enjoy their job more. And then if you can, try to implement something as soon as you possibly can. So that question right there is an amazing question. How can I help you enjoy your job more? Because most of the time, leaders never ask that question. But that goes to deep-seated protein motivation where people say, you know what? A number 1 trait of great leaders is I perceive you care about me. That's a number 1 trait of great leaders, that they perceive that their leader cares about them. These questions help you to do that, and that's where heart motivation comes from. The last question is simply this. How can we improve? I want to hear from you. If you were running this show, how would you improve things? What would you do different? What problems would you solve? What opportunities would you create? What would you do different as a team? I'm all ears, and I want to hear what you have to say about how we can improve our team. So important. But when you nail these 3 questions, even just take one, it will help engage your team and watch what happens to motivation because they take ownership. If your people are not coming to you with troubles, with problems, or with opportunities, you better pause because something's not right and there's a good chance you'll be blindsided. But when you create that safe environment where they feel like they belong and they can talk to you, and I'm not talking just being a doormat as a leader. I'm talking about getting their heart engaged, but you also have accountability. You also have achievement goals that you want to move forward on. But when you find the balance, cotton candy's good. We need protein to help them move forward. These 3 questions, my challenge is to you to simply take one or all of them and start having conversations with your team and watch what happens. You'll see motivation will skyrocket. Hey, here's a fun tip. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, but go to my video, How to Develop Empathy as a Leader. You'll find some incredible things that will augment this and give you even more to build on.